I'm Terry D'Amico. I live at 9101 East Bay Harbor Drive. I've been a resident for 22 years. I'm a designer and adjunct professor at FIU School of Architecture. I'm requesting that you vote no to change the historic preservation ordinance. I think, Commissioner Heyman, that you've seem to be acting on behalf of just a few people whose motives are a little self-serving. It's all because of one person, our vice mayor, Jordan Leonard. He stated at a meeting that historic preservation is un-American. And he proposed that we make this ordinance change 2 years ago, but our town voted against it because of the burden it would put on our town to create its own ordinance. He's been advocating against historic preservation for many years because of the conflict with development and transfer development rights. According to the Florida statute, transfer development rights are designed to financially compensate landowners for the loss of their property rights in return for historic structures in open green space. It's sad and ironic, but the town of Bay Harbor does not use TDRs for historic preservation or parks. We are not getting historic properties saved or open spaces like the rest of the municipalities in Dade County. Our TD money is going to the pockets of elected officials and developers. And for years, we have been selling our public TDRs grossly undervalued, which has resulted in attracting a stampede of developers in our town. It's like a bargain basement sale at our taxpayers' expense. But just like Surfside, many residents are now being forced to sell or move due to development. Please, this request is coming to circumvent the historic preservation in our town. They do not want historic preservation. So I ask you, if you do go ahead with this, that please study who will be responsible for making Bay Harbor Islands responsible to keep up the safeguards. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Sheila Duffy-Lehrman. I'm a resident of Miami Beach, 3090 Alton Road. I live in a 1920s home, and I suffer all the renovations that everybody else who lives in a historic home deals with. And I'm here to speak in support of item 4C, allowing municipalities to have their own historic preservation boards. My husband's grandfather, Rabbi Lehrman, founded Temple Emmanuel, which is a crown jewel of historic significance on Miami Beach, and we appreciate the significance of use valuation and historic preservation. In addition to Miami Beach, there are many municipalities that are already protecting the goals of historic preservation. Miami, Coral Gables, Homestead, Hialeah, South Miami, Opa-locka. To assume municipalities are incapable of protecting the unique and discrete needs of their own communities, and to argue the county is a better steward of design and historic preservation, better than a city, I ask you to look no further than the city of Sunny Isles, under county jurisdiction, that eliminated every single hotel and structure on Collins Avenue, regardless of its historic value. And I challenge you to honestly consider countless other examples that exist. Thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, Madam Chair, distinguished commissioners. My name is Stephen Norris. I'm a homesteaded owner at 9149 Collins Avenue in Surfside. And I'm here today for one simple reason. We have a very precious asset. That asset is the Miami-Dade Historic Preservation Board. Backing up, I ask you this question. Where would Miami be today to the world, to the United States, without our Art Deco district? Our Art Deco district came into being as a consequence of the action, the determination, the conviction, and the integrity of that board. Now that board is under threat, and an effort is being made to remove various municipalities from their jurisdiction. At that time, undoubtedly, the area which was so dilapidated, residents of those hotels would have said, Give me the money and let me run, and who cares what comes afterwards? The point is that the Miami-Dade Historic Preservation Board said no. As a result, billions of dollars of tax revenue have flowed into Miami. Miami is a jewel to the world because of that. Where I live is located next to the surf club. Where I live is arguably the most beautiful, the most precious, the most architecturally significant property on the beach, and it is right now in danger. The question is in danger of being demolished. It is in danger of being sold to a bulk buyer. My point is simply this. Why is this happening? And what is driving it? And what is fueling the effort to remove municipalities from this jurisdiction of this very precious asset, which has given us so much, that has brought a blessing to this community? And I'm asking you, as one individual, not as a multinational, multi-billion-dollar conglomerate, but as one simple homesteaded man, please vote no against this ordinance. And one last point, there had been a reference made to Sunny Isles Beach, which I'm told is now called Shady Isles Beach, because the high-rises are so tall that there isn't even any sun on the beach in the afternoon. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Patricia Cohen. Morning.
Good morning. My name is Patricia Cohen. I am a resident of Bal Harbour, a councilwoman in Bal Harbour Village, but I do own a historically significant property in Surfside, the same one referenced by Mr. Norris, 9149 Collins Avenue, the Seaway Villas. I'm extremely concerned at this initiative. I have very little notice about this meeting this morning, so I didn't prepare anything as I would have liked to, but I have one simple message. Is it not disingenuous to believe that a small municipality such as, I'm just giving an example, I know that many are impacted, such as Bay Harbor would have the wherewithal, the financial wherewithal, the skill, the talent, even the initiative, or to put together a historic preservation board such as the fine one that the commissioners have put together in Miami. It's not reasonable to believe that. Why would we allow municipalities to have that kind of power in their hands when it's mostly not in their best interest? It's the bottom line is the developers will drive these issues, in my opinion. And I think that the community at large stands to lose a whole lot by us allowing any of these historically significant properties to be demolished. And I plead with you that you stay your course and allow the Historic Preservation Board to do the invaluable work that they're doing and to have jurisdiction over all our municipalities so that our children and our great-grandchildren will be able to enjoy these vestiges of the past, this historical heritage that we all share in Miami. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jordan Leonard. I'm the Vice Mayor of the town of Bay Harbor Islands. I'm also on the Executive Board of the Miami-Dade County League of Cities. Thank you, Commissioner Heyman, for sponsoring this great piece of legislation, and other members of the Commission. I won't say anything about what the other person said about me personally, but I will say for the record that I did not say that I thought that historic preservation was un-American. What I was referring to was the concept of property owners not having any type of say. Let me just say this. We have a very brief amount of time to have this conversation. I welcome the conversation at the committee level to discuss the real merits of this legislation. Just as Miami Beach, Miami, Miami Shores, and Homestead have their own historic preservation board, my town and many other municipalities may want to have their own board also. The Miami-Dade County League of Cities unanimously passed a resolution indicating the same type of concerns that we are stating today, which is that we want to have the right to govern ourselves. And I don't think that's really a hard thing to do. When you talk about specifics of whether or not this building will get saved or that building will get saved, the reality is that we still have to adhere to a certain standard, whether that standard is at the county level, the state level, or national level. The reality is you can't not have some type of jurisdiction. Miami Beach and Miami have done a job for many, many years. Whether people like it or don't like it, the reality is some cities have that right. And we, as far as the town of Bay Harbor Islands, want to have the opportunity to vote on that issue, to have that right again, because we missed the opportunity originally. And that's really the focus point of why you're here today for that specific item. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Thank you, Lowen. Welcome.
Madam Chairman, members of the Commission, my name is Stanley Price. I'm here today speaking as special counsel to the town of Bay Harbor Islands in support of item 4C, sponsored by Commissioner Hayman. I've served as special counsel to Bay Harbor Island for over 25 years. When the Historic Preservation Ordinance was created over 30 years ago, it was a different point in time in history. It was prior to the 40-year certification. And local governments have now become more and more aware that self-control and self-government is very important in this area. Historic preservation has economic consequences, which are best handled by the municipality in which the properties are located. I will tell you the statements earlier that this is a pro-development town. I would like to remind everyone there's a charter provision limiting height in this city to 75 feet. No other community in Dade County has that limitation. I would also tell you that under your code of ordinances, which is not being altered by Commissioner Hayman's proposed amendment, the county maintains minimum requirements that all municipalities must be governed by. This is not a sellout. It is to give local decision-making where local decision-making is best made with the local government. We're supportive of this amendment, and we look forward to discussions at the committee level. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, good morning, County Commissioners. It's a real honor to be here today. My name is Daniel Serraldo. My address is 1051 Michigan Avenue. I am the chairman of the Public Policy Committee for the Miami Design Preservation League, which is a local preservation organization. However, today I'm speaking on my own behalf. I am greatly concerned about this attempt to allow these very small municipalities to opt out of the county jurisdiction. And the reason why I'm concerned is that in the past, opting out was done because municipalities wanted to strengthen their preservation. But it's very clear from what you heard today from one elected official at Bay Harbor that that is not what they intend to do. It would be different if they said, we want to opt out because we want to actually finally go and designate those beautiful MIMO buildings that the National Trust for Historic Preservation has identified as among the most endangered in America because of the lack of preservation there. So I'm very surprised that now, as a response to that great honor, that one person from the town has decided to take it upon himself to come here and tell you that the town wants their own historic preservation board. I'm not aware of any resolution in any recent time that the town wants their own historic preservation board. In addition, you were told a factual misstatement that the League of Cities issued a resolution in favor of this. Indeed, the League of Cities did not issue a resolution. I spoke to them last week. I asked for a copy. I was told it was not issued, and it's going back for further discussion now that they know the impetus behind this. So I respect Commissioner Hayman very much, but this is a totally misguided attempt. We are a cultural city. We're a city that cares about history. We're not anywhere USA. We are very special, and this would be very damaging. So I would ask you please to vote against it. If it has to go to committee and we have to discuss it further, then that's fine. But this is very dangerous, and I just wanted to take time to come here and explain that beforehand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now let's go back to our initial agenda, and if we can bifurcate 4C and 4G. And if I have a question on one item, do I ask the question now?
You may.
On item 4C, I don't see anything in that item that says that if you give that opportunity to the municipalities, then those municipalities will be the ones to pay for the tax exemptions, or the county will have to continue paying for the, if one home is declared historical with the guidelines of an independent municipality, does that mean that that municipality will be the one placing the money for the tax exemptions, or we will have as a county to continue placing the money for the tax exemption, which takes away from the general fund, with other guidelines other than ours.
Madam Chair, this item does not provide for that. We would have to amend the ordinance to provide for what you're describing.
So the way it is, if it's approved, we pay for it, and they set the rules.
That, countywide, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay, go ahead, bifurcate 4C and 4G, please.
4C, ordinance relating to historic preservation, amending Section 16A-3 and 16A-3.1 of the Code of Miami-Dade County, Florida, to allow municipalities the opportunity to enact their own historic preservation ordinances at any time, deleting limitations on time frame for municipalities to enact their own historic preservation ordinances, making technical and clarifying changes, providing severability, inclusion in the code, and an effective date.
On 4C, moved by Commissioner Hayman. Do I hear seconded by Commissioner Bovo? Discussions, questions? Mr. Clerk.
Commissioner Bovo? Yes. Commissioner Diaz? Yes. Commissioner Edmondson?
Yes for now.
Commissioner Hayman? Yes. Commissioner Jordan? Commissioner Monstein? Yes. Commissioner Moss?
No.
Commissioner Soto? Yes. Commissioner Suarez?
No.
Commissioner Barrero?
No.
Vice Chair Bell?
Yes.
Chairwoman Sosa?
No.
Motion passes 8-4.
Okay, on 4.
Madam Chair, does the clerk have the vote on the last item?
You had it wrong.
You had it wrong.
Okay. He needs to
Go
announce
ahead,
it.
Mr. Clerk. 6
Like a
to
roll call?
5.
Would you like to redo the roll call, ma'am?
Go ahead.
Commissioner Bovo?
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Edmondson?
Yes for now.
Commissioner Hayman?
Yes.
Commissioner Jordan? No. Okay. That's the one. Commissioner Monstein?
Yes.
Commissioner Moss?
No.
Commissioner Soto? Commissioner Suarez?
No.
Commissioner Barrero?
No.
Vice Chair Bell?
Yes.
Chairwoman Sosa?
No.
Motion passes 7-5.
Thank you.